We're talking Riverland football now, and the big Beaver Venning is with me, and it is a milestone of a show tonight. How are you there, Big Beaver?
Yeah, good, Wayne. How are you, mate?
Very well. I know that you very, very much don't like me to focus on yourself personally and when we do these reports, but it is your 200th game for the Waikerie Magpies. It is a life membership game too at that level, and congratulations on that achievement.
Yeah, thanks, Wayne. It's been a long time coming, I guess. Along the way, I had a few injuries, and obviously COVID chucked in last year as well, but no, it's great to get there eventually, and to get a life membership of the Waikerie Footy Club. So yeah, great achievement and something I look back on in the future and be very happy with.
Of course, let's go back that you have almost played 300 games. If you count some under-19s down at West Adelaide, you would have played over 300 games in sort of senior football. But the games at Lameroo too that you have played, so that should be noted. But getting this longevity out of your body, you're a big, tall man. You've had a knee injury, you've had a shoulder surgery, and like to actually still be going around, did you push yourself to go around just this one more season just to get that life membership because it means so much to you?
Yes and no. I mean, I guess I started playing footy, Wayne, and I knew that come pre-season I had to, get fairly fit because, we've got a pretty good side at Waikerie, and you don't walk into the team. And so I guess my emphasis was mainly, first of all, just to get my body right and get fit and give my opportunity to play A-grade footy. And, if I was able to do that, that's what I wanted to do. And, it comes with it, being able to play 200 games this year. So it was definitely a motivation of mine to get to 200. But, first and foremost is to get the body right and get fit and give myself the best opportunity to do it. So, I guess it came into mind a little bit.
Yeah, certainly a great achievement. Well done, mate. Followed your career right from the early days and watched you at Lameroo. So great stuff. Waikerie beat Loxton North 14-17 to 6-1. It was Loxton's 9-14-68 to Barmera Monash 9-6 and Renmark 9-18 beating Berry 4-4. That was on the 3rd of July. And then in the zone championships, the Eastern Zone, they came last in the zone, getting knocked over in their 5th and 6th final against Murray South East. In commanding fashion, Murray South East. How do you sort of see this zone football? Is the Eastern Zone kind of the mix just wrong? I mean, should the River Murray really be in the Eastern Zone and not in the Murray South East?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I can't speak for other zones and what players are doing in those zones. I mean, I don't think, from the Riverland, the better players are playing in it. Tim Wolf is a great player and he definitely deserves to be there. A couple of the others as well. But, there's some other really good players throughout the Riverland and Murray Zone that probably aren't playing in it. And I guess that's probably similar to other zones as well. But, it's an interesting one. It's always been that way. And whether it needs to change is interesting. But obviously the guys did struggle, and come up against some really stiff competition. So maybe it is something they can look at. But, I'm a believer in not changing too much either. I think they've just got to concentrate on getting the better players to play. And, unfortunately, that's getting more difficult, I think, as time goes on.
It certainly is. Looking at this week in Riverland football, it is round 10 action, and it is your 200th game, and it is over at Renmark. And unfortunately, this is fortunately because it's going to be a big occasion, and he who wins this game can be top of the pops, Ben. So a big challenge ahead.
Definitely. It's going to be a big game for both clubs. Renmark really disappointed last time when they played Waikerie. I think we beat them by 40-odd points in that game, and, we were surprised the way I guess they played, and they'll definitely want to come out tomorrow and change that scoreboard. And at home, they're going to be hard to beat. Like you said, it's top of the ladder clash, so if we win, we'll go 2 games clear. If they win, they'll actually go top on percentage. So huge game for both clubs. Obviously Tim Wolf is in great form for Renmark. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Their goal scorer, Zunich's been a great goal scorer for them all year. Charlton's been kicking goals as well. So, we'll have to try and make sure they don't get too many tomorrow. For us, we've got Gordy in the side now. He's been playing some really good footy, so hopefully he can bag a few. Unfortunately, we've got Craig Miller out tomorrow. He's hurt a finger and has been told that if he doesn't stop playing, he could end up losing the finger. So that's he's not playing. which is a bugger for us. He's an ex-captain, 4-time premiership captain, so he's a huge out for us. Jimmy Thompson's not playing either. He's he's a big out for us, and Jake Spencer's not back, so we're not quite full strength. Renmark look like they are pretty well full strength, so it's going to be a big win for us if we can do it. But no, we're definitely pumped up to do it, and if we can get 2 games clear, that pretty well cements that top 2 spot, which is our goal and aim, and that's what we want to achieve. So hopefully the weather's kind to us. It's been a bit of rain around, which is great for the farmers. Hopefully it continues to rain, but maybe not tomorrow. Hopefully we have a fine day tomorrow. No wind and a good game of footy, and then it can piss down on Sunday.
Lovely. Yeah. Loxton and North to take each other on the derby at Loxton Oval. Tigers need to win, need to get some form back, and need to get some scoring back.
Yeah, look, it's Loxton North. We played them last time, and they've definitely improved. And last time I think against us, they only kicked a couple of goals. The time before, this time they kicked 6. So definitely improved. And I guess Anton Cook coming back in, one of the stalwarts of the club, was a handy pick up for them coming back into the side. So Justin Proud's back in tomorrow as well. Lockie Henschke didn't play, so he's back in, so he's a huge one. Joel Worsfold's been injured, he's back in. So there's some big ins for them, and that'll definitely strengthen them up. They're coming up against Loxton, who are having a better year, one of their better years for a long time. Obviously, the Gooch is in great form. Raph Little up forward has been kicking goals for him. A couple of big things there that Loxton North will have to watch. But I think Loxton at home, just going on previous form, I think you can't go past Loxton. I think they'll have a win.
All right, Bummer and Monash, just the one win of the season. Berry with the 4 look like they're settled in 4th place, but they want to beat sides below them, Berry, and get themselves in that sort of form as you head to finals. I don't think that Bummer and Monash, even with a win, would still be able to catch up the ground, but they would want to make a statement here at the Lakeside Oval.
Oh, absolutely. Bummer have been very disappointing this year, and they know it, and they got some good players back, some good local players back in the side, but it hasn't been enough, unfortunately. And, they've been looking to Mason Middleton. If he can kick a bag tomorrow, that could be the difference. But he hasn't done that yet this year. They're playing him at centre-half forward. If they can get the ball into him, he could probably work his magic. But, they've already got big Sutherland at full forward for Berry. He's a huge boy, hard to stop. Jolly's back in for Berry, so he's a huge in. The Wesley boys have been playing some good footy. Smith and Safralees in the middle should be a good duel. Finlay and Fairlay on the ruck also will be interesting. But look, going on form, and Berry really need to win this game to stitch up that 4th spot and play finals footy. So I think they'll be up and about. And we'll take the chocolates at Barma tomorrow.
All right. We've got some football to be played in Independent and Blanchetown. Swanreach meet Ramco at Blanchetown. And I'll tell you what, there's a bit of Mid-Murray in this game and a bit of old rivalry.
Oh, absolutely. No, they'll be at it tomorrow. And even things that will spice it up a bit more. Blanchetown have got a few players back in that they've recruited recently. And they've got some of the old Ramco players playing for them. So I reckon it'll be on for young and old tomorrow. But look, I think you're going on form this year. You still have to sit with Ramco. They're top of the ladder. They've only lost 1 game for the season. I expect a big challenge from BSR, though. I think they'll be the best team they put out in the park this year. But I think Ramco will have too much and it should win tomorrow.
Sedan Cambrai travel to Peruna to play the Brownswell Bombers. The Bombers have been bombing out a bit this year for the boys, but I reckon Sedan Cambrai will fancy themselves for a big score.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you look on the ladder here, Brownswell, no wins. On the bottom of the ladder, they've only kicked 189 points for the year, and the opposition has kicked at 1,471 against them, so 11 percentage, Wayne. So, look, this should be a bit of a whitewash, unfortunately, and Sedan Canberra should have an easy win.
And what about this, though? This is match of the round at Wanka. It is the Bulldogs taking on the Cobby Eagles, in what should really be one of the determining who gets 4th on the ladder.
Absolutely, yeah. Now you mentioned that, yeah. Cobby and Blanchetown are both on 4 wins and Wonka 5 wins. So, huge game here between these 2 clubs, the Bulldogs and the Eagles. Could go either way. Cobby have obviously recruited heavily and improved a lot. Wonka have been really good around the last couple of years, and so hard to pick, Wayne. I'm just going to go with the Bulldogs at home, I think. That's basically what I'm going to base it on. They're playing at home and they want to sew up that 3rd spot.
Yeah, it's a tough one to pick because Wonka's form's been just a bit indifferent. They lost to Blanchetown Swan Reach back there a couple of weeks or 3 weeks ago by 10 goals, so that was a big surprise. So I'm going to tip Cobby in a little bit of an upset here, I reckon, in what's going to be a very good independent game. Look, it's going to be a good time. Just wondering, though, is there anybody big enough at Waikerie to lift you on their shoulders, Beaver? Are they going to find trouble to find two big enough blokes for you?
Yeah, I'm not sure, Wayne. I'll be happy just to walk off normally, but anyway, we'll see what happens.
Great stuff, Beaver. Enjoy your 200th for the Waikerie Footy Club. Over 300 senior games, and great to have you on board talking local footy. You take care on the weekend.
Yeah, good on you.